What is up, everybody? We are back for another episode of Guys Gotta Eat, made possible by the Cult of Con. That's you guys. I am Con Man, and thank you for being here. Today, we've got something extra special. We're actually taking it up a notch. We stopped off at an actual restaurant today. I'm talking about the old Spaghetti Factory. And I'm really excited because this is like an actual meal with like courses, okay? So apparently, and this is the crazy part about it, there's like a salad, there's bread, there's like, is this the salad in a box? This is awesome. So there's a little entry salad here. Let's go. Course 1, salad. So as you guys know, the old Spaghetti Factory is kind of it's a national chain, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe the original location is actually in Portland, Oregon, which is really awesome. And I've actually been to the Portland, Oregon location, although I think the story is that the original one, like the actual original one, burned down in a tragic mid-century fire or something like that, but that they've rebuilt it. My history might be all wrong. I could be convoluting a lot of things together, but my understanding is that the origin story is that the place burned to the ground. I could be totally wrong, like I said, but I feel like that's what I remember hearing. Oh, yo, I got an entire bread. You know, usually when you order like an entree to go, which today I got the spinach cheese ravioli subbed with the rich meat sauce as opposed to just the regular marinara, because I thought since there's no meat in the ravioli, I'll add a little bit via the sauce. I think that's gonna be good. And then they gave me an entire loaf of bread. And Spaghetti Factory bread is historically known to be absolutely delicious, so we'll be trying that as well today. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we try to see if we can throw this salad together. I didn't notice if my cold storage bag had, oh, it did, okay. Good thing I checked, because I did not bring any utensils, and like, imagine, what am I gonna eat salad with, a fork? So let's go. All right, so we got a little crouton bin. There's a couple little croutons in there. Let's go, we'll throw those into the box. And then we get creamy pesto on the side, which creamy pesto is one of their many dressing options, but I remember as a kid, we always got the creamy pesto, and it's actually like super good. I actually got an extra one. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work, because eating a salad out of like what is essentially like a Chinese food to-go box is kind of out of my element. I'm not used to doing this, but that's the adventure, right? Like normally you'd go and sit inside this restaurant, or you'd take it back to your house like a normal person, but I'm weird and like to travel, so let's go. We're gonna take a couple bites of this one. We get a crouton in there, let's go. You kind of got to do the dressing in layers as you work your way down the box. Wow. All right, wow. We'll definitely be talking about that in a second. I don't want to just sit here and eat the whole salad in front of you, although it wouldn't be hard not to, or I don't know what I'm trying to say. It would be easy to just sit here and eat this entire salad in front of you. I'm going to have one more bite because it's just that good. Wow. Incredible. All right. They say if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. I gotta tell you, I love to eat food, and we're off to a great start. Well, let's go ahead and fire off the main course, okay? Let's go right after the entree. Because I am lit. I am ready to go. My appetite is on fire at the moment. All right. So I did not get a drink. There are various items, Italian sodas, fountain drinks, etc. But because I'm eating all this like Italian junk food today and it's a hot day today, I'm sticking with water. I got a couple bottles of the old Safeway Refreshy or whatever you want to call it. Refresher. I don't know what you call it. All right. As much as I want to keep eating that salad because of how good that dressing is, oh my goodness. I'm going to clear the palate there with the bottle of water, and we're going to move on to trying the main entree item here. This is the spinach cheese tortellini substituted with the rich meat sauce, which is the, you know, the house classic. And of course, it's quite hot. I'm hoping I don't burn the crap out of myself here. All the... whatever, ravioli. Did I call them tortellini? Ravioli. I almost got the tortellini. See, tortellinis are good too, don't get me wrong. I just want to make sure that I'm properly demonstrating what I'm getting here. I don't know if I showed you guys how good this looks. It's actually, I mean, it's really hard to properly demonstrate it. Like, just showing it doesn't really tell you. I've already also stirred it up. It was beautiful. I had little cheese on top, all this. Wow. Man, that's good. Let's try another bite. I mean, let's just make sure it wasn't a fluke. Oh. Stunning. Yeah, those are good, dude. Those are good. The only other main thing I have to try before we kind of get to talking about it is the delicious bread, which is a hot loaf. It's like still hot in my hand. And now here's the deal. I had a butter knife and it fell into the e-brake slot. I got it out, but all right. I don't think it's feasible to imagine myself being able to cut this bread with the butter knife that's made of plastic, maybe. Nah. It's a nice, like a rich bread with like a crunchy crust. So I have this big old tub of butter right here, and I'm going to do something that some people might think is unacceptable, but some people might understand. This is the Spaghetti Factory garlic butter, which is supposed to be highly rated, and I can concur that in the past I have found it to be quite good. We're going to dip the bread in butter as best as we can. There's a little bit on there, and then we're just gonna bite it. We're going all out. Now that we've made entry, it's even easier to get butter on there. So now we can go for a nice, rich, thick, One more. Wow. We'll be going back for more of this in a minute. Wow. Well, normally I don't try to rush through anything. When it comes to food, I usually don't. But on a day like today, time is of the essence, and that is because I have one more secret item to try. Not that it's like a secret, but I didn't announce it initially because I forgot for a moment that I got it. This is the House Spumoni ice cream. I don't even know what Spumoni is. It's like a blend of multiple flavors of ice cream. I don't know if that's doing it justice. You know, it's always an exposure thing, right? It's always so bright right in front of the camera. But look, Delicious little ice cream cup sent with me to go. You always get the full spread when you come here. You get the salad or soup, you get the entree, and you get dessert. And generally you get a drink when you eat in. I ordered it to go because you know how I am. But right now, we're gonna try out the 3 blend. It looks like it's like a chocolate, a strawberry, and I believe a pistachio ice cream combined together into a wonderful blend. And it's just an amazing profile of flavors. So let's give it a try. Wow. Well, you can't blame me for wanting to eat this whole bowl of ice cream. There's not a lot here and it's a hot day, so it won't be with us for very long. All right, let's cap it and talk business. And for this part, I'm gonna be quick because I gotta get down to brass tacks quick because I got ice cream melting and everything. There's a lot of food here. I think I paid $25 for the whole spread, which is, that's a little bit much, but this is the equivalent of a sit-down restaurant to go. So if there's, some reason to the idea that like I got extra dressing, everything is packaged up in like a bag, and they had a hot bag and a cold bag. They did a great job of putting everything together. The salad was a little bit small, but albeit it's a tiny to-go salad. Obviously, if you sit there in the restaurant, they give you one that's much larger. And that's something to be said about if you get stuff to go like what I do for this show. You're always going to have a better experience, or at least most of the time, if you sit down inside a place. And this particular restaurant is no exception. The interior and design of Spaghetti Factory restaurants is one of the most like comfortable, regal kind of interior designs. They always have a really comfortable and warming environment. So like when we're talking about the location in terms of like the delivery and the customer service, it's always exemplary. Like they do a great job of taking care of people. And I've been to many different Spaghetti Factory locations, even in some different states, and ultimately the quality is pretty much uniform across the board. I'm sure they vary in a little bit, but I think that the overall corporate oversight standards make for a pretty consistent quality. So like I said, the cost, it's about $25, but I think that for a restaurant, an actual sit-down restaurant, I think it's a pretty fair price to pay. I also gave them a tip, which is a little bit more than that, but that's fine. And then I also got the full spread. I mean, I feel like they really delivered. So for the first 5 score on the chart there, we're gonna go ahead and give them 5 out of 5 because they really did everything right. I have no complaints about like the actual delivery of this whole food and everything. Now, when we're talking about the actual food itself, I mean, from the salad all the way to the ice cream at the end, it was amazing. Everything was delicious. That salad was crisp. I don't know if you could tell, but it was crunchy, and the dressing was soft. The croutons were crisp and light. Everything had great seasoning and flavor to it. Salad was fantastic. Moving on to the main course, the spinach cheese ravioli a la meat sauce. Absolutely delicious, man. I mean, the house meat sauce is rich and hearty and full, and the spinach cheese ravioli got 2 different kinds of cheese and a moderate amount of spinach, but it's not like you're just plowing through the jungle, you know what I'm saying? It's like a good, tasteful quantity. So there's that too, which actually helps a lot. And then when it comes to the actual bread that they send you, well, the bread is fantastic. As you can see, I was just dipping it in butter. I mean, I go from one week trying to eat healthy to another week I'm like dipping bread in butter, garlic butter, like I don't know, but it's great, dude. I got no complaints there. That bread was delicious. And then finally bringing things home with that Spumoni ice cream. It's like, I'm usually a vanilla kind of guy, you know what I mean? I like to keep it simple, you know how I am, but for the variety being I think it's pistachio, strawberry, and chocolate. It's actually an amazing combination. It goes great, and whoever makes it, it's consistent. I used to go to this place with my parents when I was a little kid, and that ice cream is the same, and it is dang good, So with all that being said, guys, I don't think there's such a thing as a 10. The ongoing quest for a 10 is out there, but you know what we're gonna say? We're gonna say Spaghetti Factory. We're going to give them a 9.75. As close as I think you can get without it being like, it's the 10 out of 10. So, awesome. It was really good. I really need to get back to it and get it down, dude, because there's a lot of delicious food here screaming my name, and I got to get going. So with all that being said, I just want to thank all of our supporters on Patreon for making this possible. You guys know who you are. Thank you so much. And if you are watching this video and you feel like you want to make it possible for us to continue getting more food at different places, perhaps even more higher tier places like this old spaghetti factory, if you want to be a part of that and help make this possible, please consider going over to patreon.com/thecultofcon and becoming a subscriber on there. Thank you so much for your support, guys. I appreciate it. And with all that being said, I'm going to dive in and finish this meal off. So I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.